Kind of having a late start. Not to the day. I've already been doing stuff all day. Just haven't been recording. But gonna go to the gym now. And this is the one gym that's gonna actually probably let me film here, where I can actually get like a decent workout. It's just that it's a lot farther. It's like a 40-minute drive or something. So that's the only bad part. But I do plan on deadlifting today. So today I'm supposed to be doing legs. I say supposed to be doing because I'm probably just gonna be doing mainly deadlifts and then like leg accessories, because I want to get my deadlift up. You guys saw last time I deadlifted, I did 455, big PR. Since then I haven't deadlifted because I just wanted to give my body, central nervous system, a little bit of a break, because I kind of was doing it like literally 3, maybe 4 times a week at one point. I'm not programming or anything for it. I'm just kind of like sending it every time. I was just trying to lift as much as I could, which isn't like the smartest way to go about it, but for me, it's the most fun. So yeah, I woke up early this morning. I did 33 minutes of fasted cardio on the stairs, Stairmaster. I was cooking. There's a series that dropped on Netflix that I'm in love with. It's like the Alexander the Great series, and I love it because I got a little bit of Greek in me, and growing up, my dad always told me I was related to him. I know I'm not. I know him. It was just like that. I used to always look at Alexander the Great history throughout like middle school and stuff. So they did such a good job of it. So I've been binge watching that whenever I'm doing cardio, and it makes it like a breeze. So yeah, so I'm on my way to the gym. Gonna go have some pre. Probably gonna do I'm gonna try the Knowles, what is it, Pump Daddy, the stem free one, for today's leg day. And then we should get dialed in and see if we can pull. I depending on how I feel, I'm gonna go for 455 again, or I'm just gonna do volume work at 315. So we'll see how I feel. Alright, so for today's workout, we decided to get back into doing deadlifts again. So if you guys didn't watch the one video, I think it was like 4 or 5 videos ago, we hit a 455-pound deadlift. So that was like up from when we started. I think it's about 40 pounds up of a PR. So I took, I don't know, 5-6 days off from deadlifting completely, just kind of give my body a rest, because I was deadlifting honestly like 3 to 4 times a week for like, I've only been deadlifting for like 5 weeks now, but I was doing it stupid frequently because I started getting like addicted to it, because it is a lot of fun. So figured I would try it again today. Wasn't feeling like 100%. Like I don't have my electrolytes with me, and I'm telling you, that is so key. And I don't think I was that hydrated. Like when I deadlift, or I'm trying to go really heavy and I don't have like adequate hydration and like electrolytes in me, I feel so much more woozy, like almost like my muscles can pull the weight and they're perfectly fine, but my brain is just not getting that, like the right blood flow to where I can like go lift more. So I stopped it. I did a few sets like leading up to the 315, felt stupid light, and then 405, which honestly, like I was moving it pretty fast, but my brain just had to stop. Like I did 2 top sets of like 2 reps of 405. Honestly, I felt like muscularly I could have done like 5 reps of 405, but again, like I just don't think my brain was all there. And I knew I had to do legs for like the rest of the workout, so I figured I wouldn't go crazy hard. So we're just gonna stop it at that. Next back day or something, I'll try and make sure I'm a lot more like hydrated and carved up, and I'll try and go back for like the 455 and just see if I can do it a little bit cleaner, because I really feel like I can hit 5 plates soon, bro. As long as I keep incorporating deadlifts like really frequently, I'm so confident that I'll be able to hit it soon. So yeah, so then I did a back off set of 315 just for, I think I did like 5 or something, just to really focus on form. But I've been feeling really good on deadlifts lately, so it's a lot of fun, and I feel like my lower back is getting stronger and more built because of it. So yeah, and then I did some legs. So I did a seated leg curl to absolute ultimate failure. Caesar, you need to show like a full, like I really was kind of trying to turn up. Like I did 2 working sets on it, and then I would go to failure. I would do a few partials, then I would drop the weight a little bit, do some more, and then I would hold, which hurts so bad but so good at the same time, hold the weight on the stretch portion of the movement for like an extra, honestly, as long as you can, for like 5 to 10 seconds. Just hold it after you do some partials, and it literally will rip your hamstrings apart. Like mine are torched today, the day after I'm recording this voiceover. So I did 2 working sets of that to failure, and then I went over to the leg extension and kind of did the same thing, although I think I did 3 sets. I did 3 working sets because I didn't go as hard and intense like with the drop sets as I did on the leg curl. So that's how I kind of like moderate my workouts. So like if I'm able to turn up like crazy, like drop sets, partials, everything, then I'll only do 2 working sets. If I feel like I wasn't able to get the most out of the sets as I wanted to, then I'll usually add in another set. So I'll do 3. As of today, my hamstrings are torched right now, so I think we did somewhat of a decent job off of that. So yeah, get into the rest of the video. Back home from the gym. New hair, by the way. I should have showed you. I got a trim and I re-highlighted it. So yeah, cooking some steak post-workout. Did deads today. It felt all right. I probably already talked about it in this video. Good old dry aged ribeye from Wegman, or not Wegmans, Whole Foods. To enjoy the steak, I've got one glass of this Porto Valduro Rosé. It's like a ported wine. Really good. Probably one of my favorites. So, been getting into wine lately, so trying to dabble with it, and it goes well with the steak. So, sipping on that, pretty good. Next day, it's in the morning. Got my hair cut and got it dyed. So I have a little bit of bedhead this morning, so I kind of look like a goofball. Got to go leave to do cardio in a little bit, starting off the morning. A lot of times when I pray, I always ask God, or I always say in my prayer, to help me to pick up my cross today and follow you. I know a lot of people are asking like help with prayer, and I used to struggle with that a long time, but I feel like lately my prayer sessions have been like so much better, and all I really do is I just like talk. I first try and sit into his presence. Like the biggest thing is like you can't come to God casually. You have to respect him and have an awe for him, so you can only do so by like having a posture and position of your heart and your spirit that's as if you were going before like the president or before a king. It's like that position of, you know, you're going to someone of like a high value and importance, and you're not just kind of going to it casually like you're doing a school presentation or something. So that's like the first thing. And then the second is I kind of thank God and give him the glory for things, you know, like waking me up and, you know, bringing me to such blessings in my life, and just pointing credit towards him. And then I'll kind of go about like asking for his guidance and help. But it's not so like running a checklist of like, oh, this is what I want, this is what I want, this is what I want. It's not more so that. It's more so like a selfless checklist, if that makes it. So it's like I'll ask God to fill me with the Spirit and to help me to pick up my cross daily. Pick up my cross today and follow you. Help me to be selfless in my actions towards others. Help me to live out the life that you have set before me. Like things where I'm asking for stuff, but it's asking for something that's selfless. That's like a submission to God. It's not like I want a Ferrari, I want more followers, I want this. I feel like that's a selfish way of praying. And this verse is what I want to talk about, because I flipped to a random page and it's about picking up your cross. This happens every time, bro. Pick up a random page, and it's Luke 9:23. Then he said to them all, whoever wants to be my disciple must deny themselves and take up their cross daily and follow me. For whoever wants to save their life will lose it, but whoever loses their life for me will save it. What good is it for someone to gain the whole world and yet lose or forfeit their very self? Whoever is ashamed of me and my words, the Son of Man will be ashamed of them when he comes in his glory and in the glory of the Father and of the holy angels. Truly I tell you, some of you are standing here will not taste death before they see the kingdom of God. So the main thing is to pick up your cross daily and follow him. What that means basically is it's a concept of recommitting daily your commitment to Christ, and though it may require suffering, and for some people like the disciples, it required death, and they still chose to do it. For us, you know, it can be suffering in terms of getting made fun of by peers, or, you know, people telling you like it's weird. And just our suffering is more so like a mental suffering or an emotional suffering rather than a physical one. Although Christians still suffer physically in this, you know, in this world and other places, but it's that recommitment to tell Christ, I'm going to pick up my cross the same way that Christ picked up his cross to where he was crucified, and we're going to follow him. And although it might endure suffering, we have to endure it with him, because we are crucified with Christ. You must remember that the concept of Christianity revolves around selflessness, because that's like a big common theme. There's a big common theme in the Bible and in Jesus and just in the New Testament of being selfless. You gotta kind of ask yourself, do you think your relationship with God is primarily about what's in it for you, or is it what can I give him? So I would ask yourself that, like when you come to God, you're just asking him, what can I get from him? You're saying, what can God do for you, or are you living your life on what can you do for him? I feel like that's a big thing that my maturity, my faith has brought me to a point where I'm trying to think of more, what can I do for him, and not caring how I'm rewarded, or not caring about where I'm at in this world, because that stuff, I've been through it all, doesn't fulfill you. But the common theme of Christianity is being selfless. And to be selfless is to not care what you get out of anything. It's knowing in your mind, by having the Spirit, by having wisdom, right? Being wise, you get wise through reading the word and being self-aware and stuff, of knowing what is selfish and what is selfless. Selfish is what can I get out of this? I want this. If you're asking for a lot of things in life and you're trying to kind of become your own God, you're being selfish. The act of being selfless is how can I serve others better, not caring what I get in return. So serving others is not asking for $1, or serving others not asking for a shout out or anything like that. It's freely serving others the same way that God freely gave himself for us on the cross. That was the most selfless act of all. So as Christians, and we follow him, we're supposed to do the same thing in our relationships. How can I love this person even though I don't feel like doing it? Meaning I'm gonna love them, and I don't care if they love me back, but I'm gonna be selfless and choose to love them regardless. It's a pouring of your cup out towards others, and when you have good people around you in life, they're gonna do the same thing to you. So as you pour your cup out, they're gonna pour their cup back into you. And I can't stress this enough, because if Christians were better at doing this, bro, we would have such a better relationship as a whole. Because a lot of times when you find these relationships or just friendships or whatever, it's like you might be pouring out yourself to them, but they're still kind of a little bit selfish, so they're not pouring completely back into you, and it's it's like so unbalanced. So the more selfless you can be, the more people around you that are also being selfless, the more there's this constant pouring out, but they're pouring back into you, and it's a intimacy that kind of gets built from that, and it's a thing that's like a godly type of intimacy, and it's, I don't know, it's a beautiful thing, and I wish more people were selfless in that way. So I advise you to check yourself and see, how are you maybe being selfish in your own life, and how can you act out and be more selfless? Whether that's being more open about your faith to others, 'cause that's a selfless act, because as long as you're doing it for the right reasons, and you're doing it to try and bring others to Christ, you don't care if people talk negatively about you or make fun of you. You don't care about it, because that's the concept of like suffering for it. It's you being selfless in hopes that somebody else might find Christ through you. And that's a selfless act. That's a good act to do. Just don't expect to have any gain from it, because then that's when you're being selfish. Or it can be something just serving the church, or serving, or a friend or a loved one in a relationship, and doing an act for them, not expecting anything in return. A lot of us will do something good for someone expecting that they will like repay it. So to not do that. Do I have a mark on my camera? I don't think I do. I think I'm good. So yeah, that's the concept. How can you be more selfless today, and how can you pick up your cross and follow him? Picking up your cross and following him will endure, you will have to endure suffering. Something about being more selfless in life and not expecting things back and just submitting it all to God that gives you a peace and a joy that nothing in this world can give you. That might be it for the video too. I don't know. We had a good little workout. Love y'all. God bless. Code Alex on Rise supplements in Young LA, and Elysium has a 30% off sale right now. So if you guys want to go check that out, run it up. I'm gonna go do cardio just to get my cardio done. All right. Love y'all. God bless. Till next time. Peace out.